I want to first congratulate Northwestern. I know it was a big win for them. I know every win's big for everybody, but I think they've in talking to Fitz and knowing him for a long time, see him after a game, I know how important that was to him. So congratulations to them. How they played today, their players played very well, deserved to win the game. I want to thank everybody at the Gator Bowl, the Tax Slayer. First, the TaxSlayer.com for everybody that what they've done for us this week and the great bowl experience and the great opportunity they've afforded these kids and everybody with Rick and his staff here at the Gator Bowl. What a fabulous bowl they put on. First class operation with everything all the way. And obviously bowl trips they tend to be more fun when you come out on top. I think our guys had a great time there this week, but come out. We talked about adjusting back to the speed of the game, and at times I thought we did some very good things during the day today. Times we made a lot of big mistakes. And that stuff happens, and you get out of sync. You start to you see what happens. You get start in the first half, and I think our first 5 possessions were 2 3-and-outs and 3 interceptions. So that's not a real fast start to a game that we're looking for. But I do give our guys credit because they were focused in. They continued to battle back. They put themselves back in a position, and then made a couple critical mistakes at the very end to define the end of the game.
Questions for the coach?
Dan, Tyler had the 3 picks, and it seemed like he calmed down and started to play better, but then he had the bad one there in the fourth quarter. What did you see there?
He just, the fourth one, really poor decision. He came out, and he and I talked. I made him go in the locker room after the 3rd pick. I said, go in the locker room, splash some water on your face, readjust your pads, forget that you came out to start the game, and get in the tunnel, start jumping up and down again, get yourself hype, and run out of the tunnel again. And just that. When these are still young kids that we're talking about, and they're not pro athletes. I think when he started off the game very poorly, I think he was shaken and just wanted to calm him down and say, hey, get a blank slate, clear it, go in the locker room, come running back out again, and let's start this from scratch. And he did a really nice job. And right there at the end, just a poor decision on 3rd down, and kind of slided around in the pocket, and just threw a ball that he shouldn't have thrown.
The way you guys were running the ball there, especially in the second quarter, and Tyler was struggling, was there any thought about putting Dak in, giving him a series? And also, how come you think that the run game was working so well when you guys were, I guess going back, when you go back and look, you guys were throwing the ball quite a bit early and then went to the run game. I was wondering what the decision was behind that.
Well, one, we wanted to come out, and we felt we could kind of start and throw on the ball and come out and throw that early pick six and that pick six to start the game, but then put a great drive together, and we're a little bit late on a throw to the corner. And then in the plan, we wanted to be able to run the ball. That was always going to be an emphasis, but we wanted to make sure we set it up and just didn't go solely on the run to start off. And I thought at times today we ran the ball very, very well. So that's the line did a good job up front, and I don't think we got to the point where we got to just really kind of hammer away and continuously establish the run, falling behind early. But I do think our defense, they kind of buckled down there in the middle. The offense came back, and we got right back in the game, and just didn't have enough to come over the top.
Dan, can you evaluate the defense? I thought they kept you in the ballgame in the first half and get you a shot to win.
Yeah, a couple. You look, you get behind that way early. They gave us some drives, but then made some big stops in the red zone, created a couple turnovers, made some big plays. I think when we tied it 20-20, we gave up that big drive, gave a couple big plays on that drive, and but I think overall the defense played well. I think a couple of the situations on 3rd down where we lost contain on the pass rush, and they were able to scramble for some 3rd downs were some key things we got to look at and making sure we're doing the best that we can to get pressure with our down guys on the quarterback.
You were able to get control of the passing game a good bit there right until they tied the score. And second, the decision to let Jeff Collins be the play caller this game.
Yeah, well, a couple things. We'd struggled against some spread teams and some tempo teams in the past, so I wanted to try something different, give Jeff an opportunity to call the game, and just see also communication-wise, because there's a lot that has to go on with rotating the defensive line in and out of the game, and and getting those guys when you're going with those tempo teams to be able to make all the rotations you need to make and call the game at the same time with Chris. So, but you know, what I'll do, I'm going to go watch it, I'll evaluate it, and see what direction we continue to go in the future.
Dan, you look at that 3rd and 10, Simeon got out of trouble and made a completion, and then boom, boom, 2 big completions. You feel like really that they kind of suddenly found their rhythm there, kept you on your heels?
Well, you know, I mean, you know, they're the tempo team, so they make a big play, they run up on the ball, make another big play, and that's kind of what they do. And you know, you know, that was their one. That was a big drive that they had at a key moment. Give their kids credit; they made some big plays when they needed to. You know, we had opportunities. There's certainly opportunities for us to make a lot more plays in that game. You know, whether it be getting sacks that we miss and they scramble out of the pocket, or dropping a couple interceptions, dropping passes that would have kept drives alive or kept momentum going in our way. You know, we get down to the inside the 5-yard line and have two false start penalties. You know, I mean, all of the things that you can't do. You know, I mean, that we had opportunities to take advantage of, and we didn't get done today.
And you've said before you can evaluate a kid's body language and mentality like early on in the game. Did you see that out of Tyler, that he just didn't look right?
Well, you know what? I think, you know, when you look at those young kids, that's what I saw. I mean, he was losing a little bit of confidence. You know, that's why I told him get in the locker room, come back out and start over. You know, I mean, I said my confidence hasn't changed in you. You know, you're in here. We're still going to stick with you. You're still going to have to throw the ball, and so you know, get in there and get ready to go, come out again and get refreshed and go make plays. And you know, I mean, he was off. Guys are going to have off. I told him that in the locker room. And I said, guys are going to have off days. You know, I mean, here's the great thing. He had an off day, and there were still some opportunities there for us in the 4th quarter to go win the game. So, you know, great learning moment for young guys. And you know, I'm sure there's a lot of, I don't know the stats, but I'm sure, you know, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Brett Favre have thrown 4 interceptions, still won a game. So, I mean, just that mindset of keeping your confidence going throughout the whole course of the game.
John Banks' injury, and you tried to get him back on the field there. Was he just not the same?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I saw him kind of grabbing his leg, and first thing I was scared to death for him, you know, and looked up at the instant replay, and I said, well, it didn't look like anything wrong. You know, it didn't look like anything serious. But he had a massive gash in the side of his leg that they had to stitch up. And, you know, and with that, I think, you know, he was just, he didn't feel right. And he wanted to go back in. But we made, you know, it was, I mean, I told our trainers, unless he's 100%, try not to put him back in the game.
With that change today with Collins calling plays, do you expect that to be something that sticks going into next year?
Well, I'm going to evaluate that as we move forward. You know, I mean, I'll see where we're at. And I want to, you know, I mean, we just finished up the season. You know, we'll hit the recruiting trail, and usually I do the full evaluation where we at and what directions, if you know, what changes and tweaks and all those things we have to make, and look at next year's team and see, you know, what direction next year's team's going to head in.
I was just wondering what your overall thoughts are on losing 5 of 6 games to end the season, and
yeah, it's just, excuse my language, but it sucks. You know, nobody likes to lose. So, I mean, our kids everybody puts in a lot of work to go win football games. It was great to win a lot early. It sucks to lose late, to be honest with you. And, you know, but we got to do a better job as coaches, and we got to make sure we continue to put kids in position to win. You know, I mean, our kids play hard. I love this senior class and everything that they've put into this program. In the last 4 years, one of the most successful classes in school history. Believed in what we're trying to build, and you know, the great thing is you know, 8-win seasons now are starting to become disappointing at Mississippi State. You know, 8-win seasons used to be massive celebrations, and now within our program, those are starting to get to be disappointing, and that's the direction you want the program headed in.
Thank you, Coach Mullen.
Yeah, thank you.